Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Thank you for tuning back in. Um, this episode, you are with Late Nights with Jude Life. This is what we at right now. This is the time that we sometimes go off topic and talk about different things and um, look for different opinions and so on and so forth. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. I need to hear your comments. I need to hear how you're liking the platform, how you liking what we're talking about. If it's helping you out in any way, put your likes down there. Let me know. Also, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel as well. That's very important. I want to see my audience and what they like and what they don't like. I want to attend to you guys. It's all about you. But tonight, we're going to talk about something a little bit different, man. You know, I've been sitting back and kind of just taking a look at what's going on, man. With 2020 year coming to the end, it's been a very, very, very strenuous year for a lot of people, financially, emotionally, with children all the way up to adults, all the way up to the elderly. It's been a very hard year. People are dying. It's hard for people to say the C word, the corona, you know, and you know, I've been speaking to a lot of different people, and everybody has a different opinion on what they think is happening right now. And I just like to say, listen, just open your eyes, man. You know, just have common sense. You know what did Zig Ziglar say? Common sense dressed up in a suit is genius. That was a Zig Ziglar quote that I saw today. Common sense dressed up in a suit is genius. And I want us to also have common sense and just kind of like look and see what's going on and draw your own conclusions as to what's going on. There's a lot of people getting sick, a lot of people hurting and dying. You know, that's one thing. And all I have to say is, when the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And this is what I believe is happening right now as I speak. Land that I love. You know, these are words that I used to hear growing up, you know. America the beautiful. Land of the free, home of the brave. This was supposed to be a land of pure opportunity. And it still is. But equal opportunity doesn't bring about the equal outcome. You know what I mean? But what I'm really concerned about is motive. Like, what's the reason? Like, why are we here where we at right now? People separating, people dividing. There's no more unity. I mean, from 9/11 to here. I remember when 9/11 brought the country together, man. It was nothing about black and white, gender this, gender that. Everyone came together as a country, as Americans, for the same reason. It was almost like us against them. We were Americans, and we were proud to say we were Americans, and we were helping out. You know, parents came here from another country, and they worked. This country used to be about, and hopefully still is and will remain, free enterprise, man. Free enterprise where every single individual can do as they want to do to generate money for their family. That's what it was about. But somehow, somewhere, the higher-ups lost that concept and decided to start doing things that's going to change people's mindset. They start putting things into their brainwaves. And people start seeing things differently. The rooster's going to come home. I'm telling you, man. They're coming home. And when the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. It's no longer the sign of the times. We say, oh, this is a sign of the times, so and so. Nah, this is the time right now, man. There's no more signs, man. These are just, this happening. We're in it. Oh, conspiracy theory. There's no more conspiracy, man. This whole thing is overt. We're boiling frogs right now. We're being cooked. And we just don't know it. It is easier for me to lie to you than to tell you you've been lied to all these years. It's much easier for me to tell the masses, or even lie to the masses, than to tell the masses that they've been lied to. What are we talking about here? We're talking about distancing people, man. We're talking about separating people from each other. We're talking about walking around not liking people anymore. We're talking about separating the races where we're supposed to be coming together as one. Is this a thing of good versus evil again? What is this all about? We're still trying to stay focused on our agenda as individual humans, as individuals, period. We still need to take care of our families. Watch the word that we're using, man. You can't use certain words anymore. Like quarantine. What does that mean? People just throwing the word quarantine out there. Quarantine is usually used for people that are sick. Correct? But it's an everyday word right now. The new norm. That's an everyday word right now. What's the new norm? Words like that has me baffled, man. Do you really want what's going on right now to be the new norm? Is that what we want? Is that what we're looking for as a country? The land of the free, the home of the brave? Where we used to have free enterprise, where this man right here can have a hot dog truck and I can have a hot dog truck and we can have 6 hot dog trucks in the same place and everyone prosper and do well? What's wrong with that? Come on. We got to watch the words that we're using. Is quarantine real quarantine, or quarantine is just home arrest? Sometimes I sit back and get baffled. Shutting down stores, shutting down restaurants. What are we doing to the economy? Oh, stay home. It's better if you stay home. Yeah, but me staying home and someone else staying home is detrimental, man. It's detrimental. Now, and listen, I know this is Jude Life, and I'm always here positively speaking. But I have to bring awareness to the masses. For those of you who listen to my channel, this is just an eye-opener. If your eyes has not been open. You're here with Late Night Jude Life. Platforms open. We're talking about everything. But is that what you want? I'll stay home. I don't have a problem. My home is nice. My home is comfortable. I have heat. I have food in the fridge. How about people that can't stay home? Young children, husbands, wives getting at each other, more separation, children seeing all this stuff. What kind of things are happening in those homes of the children and the young adults that are you saying stay home? There are some kids that when they didn't go to school, they couldn't eat. Their first meal was the meal that the school gave them. But we don't know, what do you say about things like that? What are you presented the problem. Now you can't tell me the only solution you have is a vaccine. You can't tell me that. We're in 2020 right now. We're coming up to the end of 2020. You cannot tell me that the only solution you have to this thing that's going on right now is a vaccine. You can give me a vaccine if I choose to take it. That's a whole nother story. What you're gonna do after you get it. But what's gonna happen to the masses? What's gonna happen to the people that were destroyed? What's gonna happen to the people that had no jobs, lost their homes, couldn't eat? Children get molested because they had no choice. People are now homeless. You're causing a lifetime. Or what? You don't realize that this is happening? You're not aware of these things? Because there are some people that are staying home. I'm staying home. You got a gym at your house, you got food at your house, you got heat, you got water, you got all those things that make it comfortable for you to stay home, and you don't realize that the word quarantine is just masked as an arrest. Stay home. We want to see how this works out. We want to see how many people follow the rules and does not disrupt what we're trying to do here. Well, I don't know what they're trying to do. All I'm doing right now is keeping pure awareness. I got my pineal gland staying focused. I got the third eye watching out. I'm aware of certain things now. You see, what happens is this. When I say things like the rooster has come home, it's a thing where people are home now. So people are reading, people are noticing, people are watching. And believe it or not, a lot of people are not watching the news because the news sometimes can skew things. Now, I'm not one to say, false news and fake news and this and that. I don't believe this guy, so on and so forth, whatever it may be. I'm not one to say something like that. I'm not going to go off and say something like that, but numbers can be skewed. All I'm saying to us is just be careful, man. Be very, very, very careful. I love you guys. I want you guys to be safe. They don't care. They know some people is going to have to pass away in order for them to make their point. First, they said it was okay. Then they said it went crazy. Skyrocketed. First wave, second wave. No one could fly. Now people are flying on planes. Now you can walk into a restaurant. Check this out. You want to see something? Now you can walk into a restaurant. You can order your meal. But when you're walking into the restaurant and you're ordering your meal, you have to have your mask on. But when you sit down to eat, you can take the mask off. What the hell? Bro, make that make sense to me. Now, I told you guys before, I'm a guy that has to make sense to me logically. If I can't calculate that properly in my brain, there's some sort of, I'm going to disrupt the whole thing. Nah, I'm not going to go against the law and say, I do what I want, this and that. No, I'm not that type of a person. But I'm just saying, let's just sit back and think about it. I was in Jersey in summertime. On the beach, you don't have to wear a mask. Thousands of people on the beach in Jersey. You don't have to wear a mask when you're on the sand. But when you're on the boardwalk, you got to wear a mask. And people are doing it. No one's questioning it. No one's saying, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. What's going on here? How does that make sense? No one's saying that. People are just saying, hey, this is what they want us to do. We're going to do it. And it's a test. They're beta testing us to see how it's going to work out. They're in a rush. It's a rush to push the vaccine out. We're going to vaccinate 130 million people, whatever number they want to give out. Dude, you're going to vaccinate all those people and you don't even know what's going on yet, man? You don't even know how the vaccine is going to affect the young, the elderly, the sick. who has diabetes, who has emphysema, who has sarcoidosis, who has any kind of high blood pressure. You don't know how these things work, man. Like, what's the real agenda here? I don't want to say nothing because I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. I can assume. They say it messes with your DNA. The one thing that makes you human, your RNA and your DNA, deoxyribonucleic acids and ribonucleic acids, they mess with that DNA. That DNA is a diagram of an individual person. No one shares your DNA. But that thing they're going to give you, that's what they say, quote unquote, that it messes with an individual's DNA. So if they're messing with your DNA, they're messing with your molecular structure. So I don't like that idea. Hey, call me a funny guy, but I don't like the idea of someone messing around with my molecular structure, because then what happens if I decide to have a child and my child comes up looking like something different because my DNA, what makes my eyes, my nose, my lips, my dimples, my ears, everything has just been mutated, so now the child doesn't even look like me at all. It doesn't look at all like me or the parent or whatever it may be. So I mean, I don't know, man. Where are we going after this? What's happening next? That's what I want to know. After this all said and done, after you cripple the country, what's going to happen? I'm just hoping that these people know exactly what they're doing and what they're doing it for. Is it really because of NWO? Is it that? I don't know. Is it because of one currency? I don't know. Bitcoin's on the rise. We don't know. I wanted to bring this to your attention because this is the end of the year. And I want to bring this out to the forefront to the viewers. Because once it's out in the forefront and you start to calculate it in your brain, you start to come up with your own conclusion, and you start to draw your own direction as to where you want to go and how you're going to handle the situation that you're in for you and your family. You start taking individual responsibility. You start preparing the path and trailblazing the path for yourself for the following year. Always remain progressive. Always remain positive, no matter what's going on around you. Be mindful of what's happening. Extremely mindful of what's happening. Pay attention. Pay it mind. And then make your move from there. Draw your own conclusion. I had to bring it to this. I had to bring it to the table. I had to put the cards out on the table. This is what's happening. People got to wear masks. The new norm. I don't like that word, the new norm, man. And everybody starts to use it, and it comes into your brain, and it comes into it sticks to us like glue. You know, that word quarantine, you know, when that didn't work, can you imagine what they said? They said, okay, we told them to quarantine. Most people are in quarantine. There was a lot of people out there saying, I'm still having a barbecue. I'm still going to this. I'm still going to that. And every time someone did something, every time a holiday came around, they spiked the numbers up. They said the numbers went up. They were skewing the numbers. That's what they said. A lot of doctors were saying it, so on and so forth. People were coming in, whatever it may be. That's what the media says. Some media says this. Some media says that. The numbers are being skewed. But what's the real thing over here? So what they did now, when people wasn't paying attention, they went from saying to you, oh, these are the symptoms of the coronavirus. And this is the symptoms of corona. Now you have COVID. We're getting tested for COVID and so on and so forth. And now not only the person that has the COVID must wear masks, but even the person that doesn't have the COVID should wear masks as well. Because it's not that you're protecting yourself from, it's not that you're protecting yourself from the other person, you're protecting the other person from you as well. So you're protecting another person from you as well. Okay, we'll buy that. So now people start saying, wait a minute, why am I protecting myself from another person? So what? Hey, listen, you have to wear the mask. Everyone got to wear a mask because now you can carry the symptom around for 2 weeks and do not realize you have it. Now, that's some scary shit. You mean I could be walking around with this coronavirus for 2 weeks and not know I have it? And I could have spread the coronavirus around to millions of people that I come across? Really? That's it. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. That's done. People are walking around with it and don't know they have it and passing it along. People can walk around with it, they're saying now, without ever coming up with symptoms. Now that's dangerous. So you could be walking around with it, never showing any symptoms, but passing it to everybody else. This is what they're saying to us. And this is what I really, really, really say that we need to take heed to and wait. And wait out. See where they're going with this. I mean, don't take this analogy lightly. This is the analogy that came to me in my mind and how they progressively can do things and progressively change this. Whereas Corona was a thing that was rapid. They had to take care of it rapid because, they had to come up with a solution. I just want to know what the solution is going to be when the aftermath comes around. What will the solution be then? How are you going to fix that? How are you going to fix all these negative things that happened due to protecting the masses? How is that going to be regulated? That's what I would like to know. And they're not offering a solution for that as of yet. But maybe they will. This is the land of the free, home of the brave. Correct? This is the cradle. America used to be the cradle of all nations, man. They used to hold you like a baby. You felt protected when you were in America. Everyone wants to come here. We have the democracy here. The United States. We are the Republic of the United States of America. Everyone wants to be here because we cradle you here. Lady Liberty, freedom of speech. That's soon to be gone. Hey, listen, I'm not complaining. We do have some freedoms left, but be careful with what you say. That's all I'm saying. We do have some freedoms left, but just be very careful the way you walk and the way you move and how you do certain things. I just want you guys to be aware of what's going on, and depending on how we handle it, come the end of 2020. December 31st, bringing in the new year, I want each and every one of you who is listening to this right now to bring in the new year with complete and utter happiness, giving thanks, giving praise, being at one with the universe. Freezing cold, snow, whatever it may be, go outside and say thank you that you're here. Hug your family members. You want to do it through Zoom? Do it through Zoom, man. They got the Zoom. Do it through Zoom. I don't know if it's going to be the same, but that's the way it's going to go down. Listen, thank you very much for listening, man. I had to let this out. I have a platform to do it on. This is just my opinion. I wanted to give you guys food for thought. I wanted to give you guys maybe possibly a better understanding. Do not get discouraged. Do not let this upset you in any way. Do not let the separation, the 6 feet distancing, the masking, this racial tension separate you in any way. Remain who you are. Remain faithful to yourself. Recognize the person that you were and always will be. And understand the country that you're living in. It's still a glorious place. Create your heaven on earth. You can do it. It's still available for you. All right. Thank you for tuning in to Late Night with Jude Life. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys. And if you have not yet subscribed, or if you think my channel is something that you'd want to share with people, like it, man, share it, and it may touch somebody else. It's about spreading love. It's about working together with everything. It's about bringing light to where there's darkness, and it's about understanding and redeveloping your mindset, and just giving back to people. That's what it's all about. It's all about you. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Take it easy. Peace.